Hey guys, I'm going to do a quick 5-minute video on how not to wear foundation because I get calls from customers and also consultants, I hate to say, that think they can wear one foundation the entire year. Well, you know what? You got to think of your foundation as you think of your wardrobe. So I don't know if you can tell, but this side is too light and I have way too much under eye. And I actually put a highlighter and you can kind of see that, but look at how that sits in my wrinkles. And on this side, it's really too yellow-orange. And I've got way too much under eye corrector on. So, really, we're at even on trend, but even more so at my age, it should be a less is more concept when you're putting on makeup. So I am using our micellar water here, which by the way is a great way to test foundations without having to take off, do a whole cleanse. See, look at that, there's my skin underneath it. This is also great to have in your gym bag, the micellar water, or a travel bag. And actually I'd get the mini one and put it in your purse if you do travel. Look at all that stuff. Because if you get stranded in an airport, wouldn't it be nice to have some micellar water that you could do a quick cleanse? Okay, so I'm getting off all of that heavy, too heavy. Everything I had on was a Luminous Wear foundation. One was a beige 150, which is my winter color. And really the beige 220 is not my color, but those are the two things I had on. Okay, so now I have taken off most of that foundation. Okay, got it? Look at how much is on there. Does a pretty good job, doesn't it? Okay, I'm gonna get my trusty little fan and dry my face. And cleansing your skin has a lot to do with how your foundation goes on too, but this is just a tutorial on matching your foundation. Remember when I said less is more? I am almost exclusively wearing the CC cream, and I wear the light to medium. Now, when you're testing your foundation, you take a little bit and you just put a little strip right down your side of your face, okay? Do you see how that kind of disappears? That's my CC cream. And then my summer color is beige 190. And I go back between the Luminous and the matte wear. The reason I love the CC cream is it's so forgiving. Now that 190 just about disappears. That's what you want it to do. And this, if I blend it in a little more, really disappears too. So I can use either one of those. Sometimes I mix them, but I usually don't. Okay, because I had all of that stuff under my eyes, I am going to put a little eye cream on. And I think the trick to an under eye corrector, and normally I would let that dry, and that's why this handy little fan is good, because it's important to have your products dry in between so they get completely absorbed. And you do know that your eye area needs an eye cream, not just a moisturizer. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is put my under eye corrector on, and then I love these little baby sponges. You had those at the holiday? This does a lot nicer application. It just kind of doesn't water it down. It just helps it blend without being tacky looking and thick. A much better way than using, I think, a brush and specifically your finger. Okay, so that was the under eye corrector. And because I want to, I'm going to use the light to medium CC cream after I apply my foundation primer. And when I do a foundation primer, I simply pat blend it like this. Stipple it in the area where my pores are a little larger, because it's kind of like spackling or primer for your face. And again, maybe a quick little like this, okay? And then I am going to use my most favorite foundation brush. We have several, but my most favorite is the angled brush. And I am going to apply mainly to the center of my face and blend it upward and outward out. Now, if you've got a lot of facial hair, you want to be careful because you don't want the foundation to make those hairs stick up. Okay? I hope you see that, a much more natural look. I take it down under my jawline a little bit. I will, if I were completing this, I would use the translucent powder and the finishing spray. But another nice little trick just to brighten under the eyes is to put a dot and a dot. And here I do either the brush or, the sponge. I'll put it down here because that's a nice place to be a little brighter too. The sponge just is a much more natural way of applying your correctors. And that really does set up your face for your blush and all of that. I really have even gotten away from contouring. Again, because at my age and stage of life, less is more. So there you go, ladies. I hope you learned something. Comment below if you did.